What's up, girl gang? What's up, girl gang? Welcome back to, what is that? What's up, girl gang? Welcome back to another episode of the girls room. As you can see, I have a little bit of a different setup here today because I was bored and I wanted to do something different. So I finally got my little office set up. I need to figure out my filming situation. Like I have this window here and I have another window here, but the way the room is set up, it's not really ideal for me to have my desk in front of either window, at least right now, because we do have a dresser in here. So yeah, I just need to figure it out. So figuring out lighting, but just also another, well, I didn't say a heads up, my brain. First of all, my period is late, okay? She's late. Obviously, I'm not like pregnant because unless it's the Immaculate Conception. So I'm only saying that because it means that my eggs are scrambled, okay, on the top in the brain, they're scrambled. And yeah, I'm dropping everything. I keep getting hurt. The girls know how it is when you are going through this. You're just like clumsy and it's the worst. So anyway, I wanted to do something different today because like I said, I've been bored. And now that I actually have a desk and a chair, Amanda was like, this is what you needed. Like my productivity levels have been so much better. I won't say that they're like, you know, top, but like they are much better. Anyway, I got my desk and it's really helped to have a designated designated workspace because working at my kitchen counter was just not the vibe, obviously. It is hard situating two cameras, okay? And my lights were all dead and it was a whole thing. Anyway, just a heads up, if you are tuning in, this is definitely a visual episode. So if you're listening on Spotify or wherever, this is an episode that's going to be one that you would watch. Obviously, I'm still gonna be talking about stuff, but I'm gonna be doing my makeup. I'm trying a new product today that is unreleased. I'm comparing it to a similar product and I am really excited because I love this kind of content. So this is definitely going to be like more of a YouTube style situation, but if you're watching video, you can watch it anywhere. Today, I'm testing out this unreleased skin tint while we talk about life, and I'm comparing it to something very similar. Now, I have not used any of these ever. I've never used ILIA. I've never used this one, obviously, because it's not released, but full transparency, I work with this company. I am I have an affiliate code with them. Like I'm an affiliate. I'm an affiliate of this company. These will be released early December. And I typically don't even wear foundation. Like very rarely do I wear foundation. So I really love like skin tints or tinted sunscreens or anything that can make me look like I have no makeup on, but I have makeup on. So what my plan is for today is to do half my face with ILIA and half my face with Olive Rose. And I am really excited to try it. So my skin prep is already done. My skincare is done. It's all soaked in and I'm having some breakouts and stuff. You could see because my period's late, so. I'm sure you can also see that I am very red right now, which isn't usually, it's harder to see on this camera, but on my phone back camera, listen, the iPhone back camera, you are gonna get the best quality videos, but they are not forgiving. But I'm here to keep it real. So you can see I am having some breakouts. This one is like, rude. And then I have one in the middle of, it's like on my third eye. Like how rude is that? And then I've got like some texture and redness here and I'm having like a perioral dermatitis situation happening here. So I think because my period is like a week late, my skin is like having some hormonal freakouts. So yeah. Anyway, guys, I told you guys last week that I quit my job and like, I'm just so excited for what's to come. And I just feel, I'm just so grateful. It's been really cool to be doing my social media business like full time, because I really do love it. And by social media business, I don't mean making content for myself, which I love too. I'm talking about my actual clients. It's so much fun. Does this look cute or no? Should I wear a black one? I feel like I should wear a black one, but I don't want to dirty a black one. Whatever, we'll just go with this one. It's gray, it matches. I got these pajamas on Amazon, by the way. Jaclyn Hill posted about them, and they are incredible. It did take like 2 weeks to get here, full transparency, but they're so good. Hopefully I got a shade that can work. And then I have 2 shades of Olive Rose. Please keep in mind that these are serum skin tints, which basically means they are skincare. So with this or with this, you are going to have to shake them up so that you can use them properly. So the ILIA is niacinamide, squalane, hyaluronic acid, and SPF 40. And the Olive Rose is hydroxytyrosol and hyaluronic acid. And you can apply these with your fingers if you want. I don't really like using my fingers. It gets all under my nails and it just kind of gives me the ick. I have like sensory issues or something maybe with it. But I will be using 2 damp beauty blenders. These are both brand new. I would have shown you me taking it out of the bag. These are the best beauty blenders. They literally feel like marshmallows. Like, I can't even tell you how incredible these are. And they're like $7 or something for the whole bag on Amazon. They are so cute and so squishy. So these are damp. I've been letting them dry out on a raggedy ass paper towel just so they don't completely take my makeup off. So I've never done something like this before, and I am just excited to make a new style of content. So let's start with the shades. I got Olive Rose in shades 7 and 9. I got Olive Rose in shade 7 and also in shade 9. There is now a shade identifier thing you can use to see like what shade would look better. So I gotta shake that up more. So you really gotta shake these up. I am like terrified that the caps are just gonna go like flying. Shade 9 is the shade that I thought would work better for me. So let's see. A lot of the girls that are using this product and testing it out that work with the company, because it is only available to consultants right now, are using all different shades to highlight, contour, do their base, bronze with just these skin tints. But I'm not a one brand kind of girly, and I like to see how it plays well with others. So I want to see how both of these skin tints play with others, because I like so many brands. I'm not going to use just one. And I need them to work well together because, like I said, I kind of always do a similar makeup. I never really do a super heavy, full glam. Very, very rarely do I do that. So I want to just make sure that it actually works well with other products. And I love that both of these lines are extremely clean. I can speak to the Olive Rose one. I know more about it. It's anti-inflammatory, and it just has really, really clean ingredients, and both of them have clean ingredients. And so I want to see how these work with other brands. So let's try it out. I really need a mirror. I don't even have a mirror, guys. Okay. This will have to do. Oh my God, I have boogers. I hope that wasn't on camera the whole time. Why? I don't even care. Okay. So I really don't know which color to use. I gotta shake this up really, really well. I'm gonna just try the darker shade on one side of my face. And if I need to like take it off, then I will. So we're gonna take one beauty blender, and like I said, a lot of people are doing this with their fingers. I don't like doing that. So, and that does warm up the product for sure, but I'm not doing that. So I'm gonna do this side, the right side of my face with the skin tint. Yeah, that's my color. I hope the camera is like picking up Also, my face gets a little bit red when I start putting things on it. I want to make sure I'm like in the middle. That's very pretty. What is that? Pimple. These pimples, man. Now, if you did put this on with your fingers, I do think it would be beneficial because warming up product is smart. Now, this is supposed to be like buildable coverage. So I'm like, can you even see that in the camera? I really can't tell. This is supposed to be buildable coverage, so I'm gonna put a little bit more on because I do have some breakouts right now. So I'm just curious, why not while I'm here doing it? I will say I think my beauty blender is a little wet still, too wet. It, I will say, is very, very light. Like, it doesn't feel like anything is on my skin, which I like. And my skin has a nice glow. I do think my beauty blender is like a little too wet. I'm gonna keep it real with you, okay? So I'm using more product than I should be because I did not let this dry out enough. So there's that. Maybe I should have done it with a brush, but I think it's fine. So I'm just building up this coverage. A, because my beauty blender is too wet, but B, because I want to see what she can do. And again, this is a skin tint, so it is not meant to cover everything. So look at that side of my face compared to this side. That side compared to this side. You can definitely see that it is more coverage. You can see it's a little bit smoother, a little bit glowier. If I had the proper beauty blender dampness, this wouldn't be, I wouldn't be using so much, but I can see in the mirror that the texture is definitely improved and it looks a little bit smoother. I'm gonna go in with the ILIA skin tint on the other side. Now this formula did feel a lot thicker to me, but I've heard people say that it's extremely oily, so we'll see. I've never used it. This shade is a little bit more yellow and a little less tan, but we're gonna work with it because it's the only one that I bought because I wasn't buying 100 friggin' skin tints because I'm not there yet in my career. Yeah, so it's definitely lighter, but that's fine for now. This consistency is not as, what's the word? It's thicker, so it doesn't spread necessarily, like it's not blending in as easy as the other side is. And like I said, I'm using more than you would have to use because I'm curious about coverage, especially because I do actually have breakouts. And I want to see how each of these hold up against covering the redness and just all of that, but it's literally running down my hand. So it's weird because it's runny, but it's also, like thick and hard to blend. So this shade is just a little bit too light, but that is okay. We are going to bronze her up. I got this big ass whitehead, which a skin tint is not going to cover, and I am well aware of that. gonna add just a little bit more because I did a good amount of the olive rose and I wanna make sure I'm doing a fair assessment of both. And I have tried so many, see how it's like stuck right there? I have a lot of texture on my nose and I feel like it's almost making it more prominent the more I build it on. I don't know if you can see the difference in the sides. So I'm getting more coverage, but it's also a little too light, but I just feel like the texture is, am I like, I hope I'm not showing up like red on the camera. So this side on camera is reading like very warm, but I think that's because this side is reading so much more yellow. Because I have light on both sides of me and I just feel like that's what's happening. So I'm just gonna get super up close. So this side on camera is picking up much warmer, but that's because it is a warmer shade. Like you can literally see it in the bottle. And maybe I also shade match strong. I got golden undertones. So I think also sitting next to the ILIA, that is so much lighter. Like maybe I should go in with shade 7 so that you get a little bit of a better visual. I don't know. I think I'm gonna wipe it off and go in with the lighter shade just to like really see. So I'm just gonna wipe off this side because I really want it to be like as close as possible. So, oh, okay. So I'm seeing something interesting on this side, which we will compare it fairly once this is all off. So we are just gonna wipe down that one side with a makeup wipe. I can't tell if I think that this is like a little too warm for me and I might need actually something a little bit more olive. So we'll go in with shade 7 once this dries down, because I almost feel like the darker shade was adding to my redness in a weird way, but let's see, maybe it's my lighting. Like I really have no idea. Yeah, this is more comparable to the ILIA for sure, but I do think it's a little too light for me, but for the sake of comparison, we'll do it. So I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna do it in layers, just like I did before, so that it is a better comparison. But these shades, yeah, these shades are much more similar. I can't remember what 7, I think 7 is neutral, which maybe is actually better since I do have a good amount of redness. And I'm just trying to keep this. The consistency of this is very, very blendable. Like this is super user friendly. I can already see the ILIA one is kind of accentuating some texture that I have in my chin. I don't know if you can tell, but it's grabbing on to some texture there, which, like I said, I'm having breakouts on both sides of my face. So, and like dry patches on my forehead, like everywhere. So I really want something that's going to be like hydrating and not, not like, yeah, see, now I don't look so red. So that's good to know. I'm gonna do a dab more. And you can see I'm doing this in like super thin layers, but it is like really covering up my redness. Both of them did a pretty good job with covering up the redness. I'm just trying to build it up. Okay, there we go. Okay, so here is the ILIA side, and here is the olive rose side. And it's literally kind of like crumbling off. Let me do that. It's not doing that on this side. I hope that you guys can see that. On this side, it's actually just rubbing the product in. It's not pilling up. And I'll use a clean finger and show you. It's literally balling up. Can you see that? That's crazy. If something doesn't work over my skincare, it's not because I didn't layer my skincare properly. I know how to layer my skincare, and I know how to layer it under makeup, and I know what works under makeup and what doesn't work under makeup. So that is something I am not loving. And like I said, I did it over here. Dry patches. It is not doing that at all. But this particular area, it is doing it. Go in with my Dibs stick, the contour in shade 4, and I'm just gonna do a light contour bronze. So I'm gonna put a little bit here and a little bit here. And I'm just gonna blend that out with my Dibs brush. I love this product and this brush. The brush is worth the hype, okay? Now that that's done, I'm gonna go in with the Huda Beauty blush filter in shade Latte. This is such a pretty shade. Bronzing is the new trend. It's blush and bronzer basically in one. I love this shade. It's beautiful. I do find that you need to blend it out expeditiously, okay? So we're gonna do some of that. Gonna just use the butt of the beauty blender to blend that out. Like, look how pretty that is. And it might look a little bit crazy right now, but that's because everything else has to go on. Like, if you're not blushing before you're concealing, you should definitely try it, because it just makes your concealer and blush like seamlessly blend together. And I love doing it that way, because it's like if you get a little too much blush on, you can blend it out. Go in with the concealer from Tower 28. This is in the shade NoHo. And we are gonna do some brightening and concealing. So let's see what happens when I actually conceal and under my eyes, because that will be a good test. You know, we are doing my under eye concealer trick. And that is, we are going to have the powder ready to go and ready to set immediately. That way we avoid creasing as much as possible. If you've never seen this trick on my page, I learned it from Kevi Kodra on TikTok, and I'm gonna show you how to do it. Take your concealer brush, you're gonna work one eye at a time. So you are going to, I'm using the Laura Mercier translucent powder. You are going to get your powder puff ready to go. So we're gonna dip it in there. Tap the excess off on the back of our hands. And we're gonna have that and the sponge ready. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna work one eye at a time. You're gonna look up as much as you can and start blending that concealer. And before you go right up into that corner, you're just going to make sure this part is all blended out first, because that's where those lines are. So you're just gonna work your way up into that corner of your eye. I'm maybe going to put, yeah, I was gonna put a little more, but I'm not. And we are like lightly tapping that. And now you're gonna wanna be looking up as much as you can. It's gonna look crazy. Take your sponge and you are going to blend out any under eye creases that you see. Keep your eyes really open and go right in with your powder. This is going to give you the most flawless under eye. Did I lie? Did I lie? I didn't. Look at how flawless that is. And the way a product sets is super important to me. So now, same thing with the other eye. Going to get my powder ready. Tap off the excess. And start working on this eye. Tapping it in. And make sure all of those lines are blended. And now we'll start looking up. See? Now let's dissect the under eye portion of the tutorial. So I really hope the camera is picking this up. This compared to this. I'm going to do my brows, the Benetint Fluff Up Brow Wax. Just kind of get them to be like more normal looking because the hairs are just so long. Next, I'm going in with the Laura Mercier with the Laura Mercier translucent powder in the shade medium deep. And I like to use this as a bronzer because it basically sets and bronzes you at the same time. It is a very pretty, very warm, summery, glowy kind of shade. And I put this over where I contoured and then I dust it lightly kind of all over my face. So just gonna place it in there. It looks a little crazy, but it blends out really nice. Here. There we go. See, it just blends out like so easy. Now I'm gonna go in with some more blush. So we are gonna do Patrick Ta Shiso LA. This is like a really pretty, this is a good bronzing shade because it's kind of a bronzer, but kind of a blush. It looks much warmer and more brown when you first look at it. But when you actually put it on your skin, you do see that like blushier kind of tone. So just gonna take some of that. And I am going to put it here. Then I'm going to take the butt of the Beauty Blender. Patrick Ta does his cream over his powder, and it is such a good trick. It's gonna give you such a pretty glow and lock in that powder blush so that it doesn't just fall right off of your face. Even like around my eyes, it is really like separating. I'm gonna set it all with the Hourglass Soft Focus Setting Spray. And then I am going to just put on some mascara. This is the Merit Beauty Mascara. I've really been loving this. It's a tubing mascara. I actually like it much better than the Thrive one. I didn't love that one. I'm just going to do a light coat. And I can't wait to look at this in the sun so I could like really show you guys in real light. I'm gonna do my lips. I'm gonna go in with the Tint lip stain. Just get a little bit of a flush of color on the lips. And let that dry down. And then I'm going in with like my favorite lip liner ever. This is One Size in Rent Dew. It's such a pretty shade. Another pretty shade that looks good with this red is actually Stone by MAC, because it creates a contour instead of a lip, like instead of like, it looks less like a lip liner and more like a shadow. And the contrast of the cool and the warmth look really nice together. But I'm gonna go in with this one. It's a little bit more brown, and just line my lips. And blend that in with my finger. Then going in with my favorite lip balm. This stuff is so good. This is like the clean, non-toxic version of like Laneige. It's like castor oil, squalane, coconut oil. It's just so hydrating. I love the color. The color is so pretty. This is the Oliveda lip balm. It literally sells out every single time. I think it's sold out again. It only lasted a few weeks. It is linked in my bio, and you can do the get notified option and see if you can do the get notified option, and you'll get an email when it comes back in stock. I'm gonna take you guys outside so we can see what the real tea is with these skin tints. Here is in direct sunlight. I think this side looks much better, but you guys can let me know what you think. You see how this caked here and in here? You see that? But here, so it's good to know that Olive Rose plays well with others. She's a good girl. There was just a lot of caking, and I find that this side is like way shinier, whereas this side has more of a satin finish, which for photos and things like that is gonna work much better. You're not gonna have so much reflect. I think this side looks better. I'm not being biased. I've heard amazing things about the ILIA skin tint, but this just blended so well with my other products. And just to let you know, this is my good side. So I usually would do my makeup and take photos on this side, and I did that on purpose to show you that I'm not being biased. This is my ugly side. I don't like her, but she looks cute. 100% think that the Olive Rose wins this little battle for me. The ILIA was not my tea. It caked up in a lot of areas. So that's going back. It caked up in a lot of areas. It clung on to some texture, and I'm just not into that. So the next time you see me, I will be wearing just the Olive Rose. I'll wear it by itself so that I can, why do I have my light facing the wrong way? This is like, I had my light facing the wrong way. This is how fried my eggs are. I told you my eggs are fried. So I will definitely be wearing the Olive Rose, and I will show you how it looks just on its own. But I really think that that side did better than this side. And that's my honest opinion. I would tell you if I thought it was a close call. I would tell you if I thought they are like not crazy different and one is not so much better than the other, I would 100% tell you. But this one definitely looks better, and they are both similar price points, so it's not like I'm comparing apples and oranges. These are very, very similar products. They are both serum skin tints. They are both around the same price point. They are both all natural ingredients, clean beauty, and the ingredients in this one are also better, but also just the application, the finish, the consistency, the blendability, all of it. Because for people that blend with their fingers, they're always going to get a really nice blend, because anytime you're warming up a product, you're going to get a really good finish. But like I said, I'm not someone that likes to blend things with my fingers. So I'm not going to sit here and make a video where I'm blending something with my fingers. I will always be using a brush. I will always be using a brush, a sponge, some sort of device, because my sensory issues are just simply not into that. I hate the way it feels. I hate feeling like I gotta go like wash my hands and do all this stuff. It's like an added step that like I'm just not into. So Olive Rose is the winner. And if you want to get your shade match, you can. I will link it in my bio, and you can take the shade match quiz. It is pretty accurate. When I ordered mine, the shade match quiz was not available yet because I ordered it like right away. So it wasn't available yet, but all the girls that have been using it to order are getting pretty accurate results. So yeah, I would definitely recommend using the shade quiz. If you do it, it will send you your results, and the Olive Rose is officially available. You can purchase the shade. You already know what it is. And like I said, you can do a full face with this product. You can highlight, you can use a cooler shade to contour, you can bronze contour. For the people that don't like using a more cool tone for their contour, you can do it all with just that. But I needed to see that my girl plays well with others, and she absolutely does. Let me know what you think in the comments. That's today's little makeup review. Thank you for joining me. And this was, I guess it was a bonus episode. I don't really know. It was an episode though. Thank you for tuning in. If you have any requests or anything like that, please send an email to tgrpod@nyc. Oh, my brain, that's not correct. To tgrpod.nyc@gmail.com. With the status of my current brain function, I physically cannot do an episode where I was like talking about serious shit today. I just needed to play with makeup and feel good and make some content. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share if you enjoy this. I would really love to grow this page and just have people here that want to be here. So thank you. I hope you have a great day. I love you. Bye.